Yuki Kawamura, Japan's pocket-sized prodigy, weaves through defenders like water cutting through stone. His every move defying logic and expectation. At just 5'8", he's an anomaly in a league dominated by giants, but the court is his canvas, and every play is a masterpiece. A no-look pass splits two towering defenders, a step-back jumper leaves a 7-footer flat-footed, and the crowd roars in awe. Kawamura doesn't just play basketball, he bends its very essence, proving that heart and precision can eclipse sheer size. How does someone so unassuming command such dominance? Simple. He's rewriting the rules. But Kawamura's meteoric rise feels eerily familiar. It echoes the frenzy of 2012 when Jeremy Lin turned New York into the epicenter of a basketball phenomenon. Undrafted and overlooked, Lin became a global sensation seemingly overnight, lighting up Madison Square Garden with his underdog brilliance. Lin's sanity was electric, a Harvard grad dropping 38 points against Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, captivating fans across continents. Yet Lin's story is as bittersweet as it is legendary, a cautionary tale of fleeting glory shaped by injuries and the relentless grind of the NBA. Now Kawamura steps into his legacy not as a shadow, but as a force of his own. The 2024 Olympics set the stage for his defining moment. Facing France, a team of NBA-caliber giants, he unleashed a 29-point masterpiece that wasn't just a victory, but a declaration. Every fearless drive, every pinpoint assist was a statement. Skill and audacity can outshine brute force. In that moment, Kawamura didn't just challenge the expectations of a basketball game, he shattered the narrative of what a player his size could achieve. The question now isn't whether Kawamura belongs on the stage, it's whether he's destined to surpass it. And yet, for all their similarities, their journeys couldn't feel more different. Jeremy Lin's rise was nothing short of magical. In February 2012, he came off the Knicks bench desperate for minutes and ready to prove himself. His breakout performance, 25 points and 7 assists against the New Jersey Nets, ignited a spark that became an inferno. For weeks, he dazzled the world, dropping 38 points on Kobe Bryant's Lakers, draining a game winner against the Raptors, and leading the Knicks to a marvelous win streak. Lin's sanity wasn't just about basketball. It was a cultural, breaking barriers for Asian athletes in a sport dominated by other narratives. Yet the NBA's unforgiving nature is notorious. After injuries, trades, and shifting role, Lin's career trajectory slowed. By 2019, even as a member of the Raptors' championship roster, he was a bench warmer. Imagine going from the bright lights of MSG to fighting for minutes on any court. It's a stark reminder of how fleeting success can be, even for the brightest stars. Kawamura, on the other hand, seems to be building a foundation, not chasing lightning in a bottle. His game is methodical yet explosive, and his presence on the Memphis Grizzlies is already stirring excitement. A rookie, yes, but one who understands that every dribble and assist is a chance to defy expectations. Could Kawamura's story avoid the pitfalls Lin encountered? What do you think? Could Kawamura eclipse Lin's legacy, or is the NBA system too rigid for another lasting phenomenon? Share your thoughts below. For both players, their paths have been defined by more than just basketball. Being an Asian athlete in the NBA brings unique challenges, stereotypes, biases, and unfortunately racism. Lin spoke candidly about the slurs and discrimination he faced even during his Harvard days, including being reduced to Yao Ming by ignorant fans. He turned these experiences into fuel, speaking out against racism and using his platform to inspire change. Kawamura, while navigating different challenges, carries the same torch. As one of the shortest players in the league and hailing from Japan, his journey is an ongoing battle to prove that talent transcends labels. But here's where the stories truly converge. Both Kawamura and Lin aren't just athletes. They're trailblazers, challenging norms and paving the way for a new generation. As the NBA's interest in Asian markets grows, so does the potential for future stars inspired by their courage. Love these stories? Like, share, and subscribe to Hoop Air. Let's grow this community of hoops lovers together. Quick break, time for a fun challenge. Want to see your title featured? Drop it in the comments. And if your video hits 500,000 views, you win $20. Don't forget to subscribe to Hoop Air. The stakes couldn't be higher. Yuki Kawamura, a rookie defying gravity with every no-look pass and fearless drive, stands as the latest emblem of what Asian athletes can achieve in the NBA. Jeremy Lin, the original underdog story-turned-international sensation, is his unwitting predecessor, a name that continues to cast both a shadow and a light. But what happens when we compare their stories? What do Kawamura's unrelenting rise and Lin's turbulent journey reveal about not just basketball, but the shifting tides of representation, opportunity, and resilience? Take a step back to the Olympic stage, where Kawamura's dazzling 29-point masterpiece against France sent shockwaves through the basketball world. It wasn't just a game, it was a calling card. Facing off against towering defenders like Rudy Gobert, Kawamura played with a fearlessness that dared doubters to reimagine what elite could look like. Lin had his moments too. Lin's sanity wasn't just a media phenomenon, it was a movement. His quick first step and ability to finish at the rim made him an offensive weapon, but his impact off the court made him a cultural icon. Asian fans who'd long felt invisible in the world of professional basketball suddenly had a hero who looked like them. The challenge for Kawamura lies in maintaining his momentum. Unlike Lin, whose rise was meteoric but ultimately short-lived due to injuries and shifting roles, Kawamura is building his success brick by brick. At 23 years old and already a national hero in Japan, Kawamura enters the NBA with a foundation stronger than Lin's at the same age. Imagine this. Kawamura leads the Grizzlies in a late-season playoff push, carving out a role that defies conventional expectations. Wouldn't it be poetic for the rookie underdog to help his team, much like Lin did for the Knicks during their midseason surge in 2012? Here's the reality, though. The NBA is a harsh environment for outliers. At 5'8" and 159 pounds, Kawamura faces an uphill battle every time he steps onto the court. Even his strongest performances will be scrutinized through a lens of doubt, a lingering disbelief that a player his size can thrive long-term in a league designed for giants. And yet Kawamura's story isn't just about defying odds, it's about redefining them. His success is forcing teams, scouts, and fans to rethink what's possible. What do you think? Does Kawamura have what it takes to become the next enduring icon, or will he face the same roadblocks that stalled Lin's stardom? Comment below. Jeremy Lin's story is both a triumph and a cautionary tale. After the whirlwind of Lin's sanity, Lin's career became a series of frustrations. Injuries chipped away at his explosiveness, and teams seemed reluctant to fully invest in him. By the time he won an NBA championship with the Toronto Raptors in 2018, he was more a supporting cast member than a leading man. What's more, Lin faced barriers beyond the court. Racism, stereotyping, and the pressure of representing an entire demographic weighed heavily on him. "I was the one Asian guy," Lin once said, reflecting on the immense expectations he carried. His story wasn't just about basketball. It was about breaking through societal walls. Kawamura too carried this burden. As a Japanese player in the NBA, he represented more than just his team. Every three-pointer, every steal, every electrifying pass is a victory not just for himself, but for those who see him as a symbol of what's possible. Yet Kawamura's rise comes at a time when the NBA is more receptive to international talent. The league is scouting Asia more aggressively, hosting the games in Japan and China, and celebrating diversity like never before. This growing openness provides Kawamura opportunities that Lin never had during his career's early days. Here's something wild. Could we see an Asian MVP in our lifetime? With Kawamura blazing trails and the NBA expanding its global reach, it's not impossible. The stories of Kawamura and Lin intersect in one powerful truth. They are redefining what it means to be an Asian athlete in a global sport. Their triumphs and challenges illuminate the shifting dynamics of the NBA, a league that's slowly embracing a broader, more inclusive vision of greatness. But let's not forget what makes basketball magical. It's not just about stats or even wins and losses, it's about the human stories behind the game. Kawamura and Lin remind us that basketball is as much about courage and resilience as it is about skill and athleticism. Here's the challenge for you fans. How will you support the next generation of players like Kawamura and Lin? Hit that like button, share the story, and subscribe to Hoop Air, because together we can celebrate the stories that make this game great. As Kawamura's career unfolds, all eyes will be on whether he can sustain his impact. Will he carve out a legacy that rivals or surpasses Lin's? Or will the NBA's challenges height, scrutiny, and unrelenting competition test his limits. One thing is certain, Yuki Kawamura and Jeremy Lin are more than players. They're pioneers. Their stories are reminders that basketball is about breaking barriers, shattering expectations, and proving that greatness comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors.